Hello. See, I told you my hellos are different. Welcome, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of the podcast. We're doing something a bit different today, but before we get into something we're doing a bit different and having a bit of fun and a laugh, because I know that the previous ones have been a bit different to what we've done. So we thought we'd rein it a little bit back in. I have me and Ryan on, have a bit of fun, have a bit of play. We'll discuss a little bit of Reading in a minute, just before we go on to something. But first, we want to carry on with a big announcement that we made the other day. So, big news, we are doing women's football. We will be covering it. We will be talking about it. We will have special pods twice a week when the season starts again. One to talk about what's coming up, the games coming up, and another one to discuss what happened over the weekend with the podcast, with the football, like we would do for Reading, but we're going to do it mainly for the women's game. What we're also going to be doing is going to have a completely different feel. We're going to have a different logo, especially for the women's football, because they need to be set different, because women's football needs to have bigger rise. So we're going to try and help that by trying to make ourselves better. So women's football is going to have a different logo. It's also going to have a different thumbnail. You will see every week what we'll be discussing, the colour and all the scheme of it. This will stay the same. Me and Ryan talking and doing things. It will stay the same with us and the way that you watch the video. But it will be a different topic, and we will be getting guests, hopefully, on talking about the women's football as well, because we want to get more knowledge of it. I definitely want to get more knowledge of it. I definitely want to help women's football grow because of my daughter, and when my daughter grows up, I want her it'd be easy for her to play football. So that's what I would like to do, and that's what's going to happen. So I'm very excited. The logo has been created. Mm-hmm. It looks bloody lovely. And when I say it's been created by moi, because I am so good. So it's been done. It's been created. It's all ready to go. We're ready to get cracking. We're waiting for the fixtures to come out. I think Friday, the fixtures come out. So on Saturday, me and Ryan will probably sit down and go through the fixtures of the top ones, or who's in the league, a little bit about. He might know more stuff than I do on a certain team. So we'll just be bouncing off and just getting started with the women's pod. And then every week we might do it midweek. We might do it for a weekend. We haven't decided just yet when we're doing that. But when me and Ryan will talk, and we will let you guys know on the Twitter page, Facebook page, and Instagram page, plus many more. We will be on Discord. I haven't told Ryan this, but we need to do a different feature for women. He's the one who, when I point on this camera, and it uploads, it looks like I'm pointing that way, but I'm actually pointing at him. We need to set up Reddit. We are on there now, so we will be asking questions. We're just trying to work. I'm just trying to figure out how to do it properly. But please, all of the social medias and everything we do is down below. Please go and share it, like it. So please subscribe as well. We want to hit. I'm going bold here. 1,000 subscribers. I want a plaque. I've said it. There's no going back now, because you lot can crop that of what I just said and absolutely demolish me. We are now hopefully over Apple Music. We're having a bit of issues with at the moment. They're being a bit of a numpty. So at the moment, you're only going to get the first 5 pods. We're trying to work out what's happened and what's gone on wrong, but once we fix that, it will be up there. If not, just go to Podbean and you can download it and doing that. I want to say a massive thank you as well to everyone that's been listening to the Courtney pod, because my understanding is so far that this has been the most viewed up to the point of so far, I think. So it's we're absolutely smashing it by you guys at the moment, so thank you ever so much. Right, quick Reading talk. This is going out on the Friday, but we're recording this on the Wednesday because tomorrow is my partner's birthday, so I have to spend time with her.
Have to.
Yeah, I hate birthdays. So I'm spending time with her, and we're going to do stuff. So today, this morning, it has been announced by Talk Sport that Reading have rejected a £4 million bid for Mr. Johnny Swift, John Swift. Your thinking behind that?
Well, when it come out that we accepted 3.5 million, apparently, I said in what was it? Was it the first or the third podcast? You asked, will John
One of
Swift
the two,
leave?
yeah.
Yeah. You asked if I think John Swift will leave, and I said no then, and I'm sticking by it. I don't think he will leave.
Yeah,
unless a very substantial offer comes in, which I can't see it happening. Especially when De Jong, before stopped Danny Loader from leaving, gave Mate a 4-year contract, stopped rejected £15 million for more. He's got the club's best interests at heart, and he's not short of money. Like we've seen in the last few months, he's pumped money into the club. He's not afraid to spend it, as you see with Puskas and João, especially last podcast. If you listen to it, when you went through all of the signings since he's been in, we've spent money every summer, every season. He's not afraid to put money in, and if Swift is one of his lucky charms that he says, he's not going to want to lose him. And if he's rejecting £15 million offers for Liam Moore, what's he going to expect for Swift?
Yeah, he won't be here. I would put a lot of money on it. He's very much becoming. I think he's becoming. They've learned their lessons, and I think they're becoming very much a tough negotiator. I tweeted that out today, that it looks like if you're going to want one of our players and we want him to stay, you're going to have to cough it up. And you're going to have to prove to us that you actually really want this player, or you're not having him. I think he's been very clever of rejecting the 4. I saw Courtney tweet that it's going to have to be double than that. I agree. I've heard that from someone that Aston Villa might put 10 million.
But the thing about that is, I think you saw it as well. I don't know
Jack
where
Grealish.
I saw it, but Grealish has been offered 100 grand a week.
Yeah, so
apparently.
But then also at the same time, Aston Villa need another creative midfielder because they haven't got anyone. So it could be interesting what they do and what happens, but I don't think he'll be here. I think someone will cough it up, even if it's over instalments, but it will come to a 8, 9, 10 million. And we will have a percentage of Mexel. I think they will do that. They've got to be very clever with this. So it's going to be interesting. I saw that they all went back to the under-23s plus Lorient, Hosgrove, Holmes, all went back to training Monday. Yesterday they all went back. So
one day this week.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I know it's only clips, and I know it's only like 3 seconds, but that Hosgrove, I saw a couple of clicks of him, and I was like, oh, hello. He looks decent. He quite tickled my fancy there. But Laurent looks like he's ready to go, and he's biting at it. So he looks like someone will do well. Right, moving on. This is going to be a bit of a fun episode. This is where you guys can join in as well. We want to see what you guys would do as well. So I'm going to hand it over to Ryan, who's going to explain the rules. And once he has, I'm going to put on my one glasses on, and I'm going to smash him down below. Right, go on, explain the rules.
Right, so this game, the viewers are going to decide who wins. But basically, we're picking the best 11 of Reading, plus a manager.
I didn't know we were going to do that.
If anyone has watched the channel Smith, it's what he does on there. But so we'll start off. Mark is going to flip a coin to decide who goes first. Whoever goes first picks the formation, and then you go from there. You pick a position, pick a player in that position, and then the other person has to pick another player from that position as well. If a player is in my team, Mark isn't allowed to pick him, and vice versa. And then at the end of it, you guys pick who has the best 11. And just the rules that we've put in, we're not doing anyone before the 2005-2006 season.
And we're also going to limit the amount of players from that season and any other seasons as well.
Yeah.
Just so that we can have a varied positions and stuff to it. We're not just restricting it to, we're going to take it in terms of 106 and the other team that got promoted in 2012, I think it was, that season, it's going to be varied, which means I need to put my brain on or Google while we do this. So what we do, if whoever wins the formations will choose a formation and the other person has to use that formation as well. Okay. If I win the formations, that means Ryan gets to choose well, if we start from positions, let's go from goalkeeper. Let's do the normal positions, goalkeeper downwards, so that none of us can get lost of where we're actually going with it. So, flip of... Stop freaking banging that pen before slamming out your ass. Right, flip of the coin. Heads or tails? Oh, fuck, I should have done... Heads or tails? My brain.
I'll go heads.
All right, flip. And it is...
I can't see that.
Heads.
Heads.
So heads. So you get to choose the formation.
Okay, well, I'm going to stick simple and go 4-4-2.
Oh, you're boring. Boring. Okay, so we're going 4-4-2. So while we do this as well, everyone at home, if you would like to get a pen and paper and sort of sit down and write down who you would like to have in the certain positions that you would do different to us. Don't hate. Everyone has a different opinion on each other. To be fair, we haven't actually got any hate, which I'm quite liking. Apart from one video where we had with Will on and someone wrote up the Swin in it and it made me feel freaking sick. So I'm going to go first. I'm going to go. I'm also writing your team down as well, so we can go back at the end and talk about what mistakes you've made, because you're going to lose.
I don't do mistakes.
No, but your mum did when she gave birth to you. Oh. That was harsh. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Are we doing a bench as well?
Let's see how we feel at the end.
All right, and then we're definitely
there is going to be a lot of players left out.
Yeah, there is. We'll see how we go. If we feel like if with this game good and we want to do a manager, we're doing a manager. I already know who my manager's going to be. So this starts. So goalkeeper.
Picking goalkeeper first.
Yeah. So goalkeeper, I would have. Has to be. It can only be one. It can. We've had good goalkeepers. We've had Vagina. We had Manone, but there's only one goalkeeper.
I'm confident I know who it is that I've written him down already in your name.
There's only one goalkeeper that can be picked for the Mark's Reading Dream team of greatness. That is a mouthful. Marcus Hanneman.
Of course. Of course.
USA.
So I wanted him as well for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But luckily we've had good keepers, so it's still tough.
Well, they always win player of the season.
Else.
They always win player of the season.
So I did pick a backup. I'm not 100% sure on who, because I'm stuck between three. I'm stuck between three.
All right, let me guess. Federici.
Okay. He's one.
Al Habsi.
No.
Raphael.
Yep, he's one.
Who else have we had?
Jonathan Bond. It's not him.
I was going to say. I can't think. Who's the other one?
Emmy. Even though he's on loan.
Okay,
Um,
okay, okay.
in terms of that, for what he'd done at Reading,
Ooh.
I think I'm going to have to go with Federici. Tough choice between him and Raphael, to be honest. But the fact that he's
Wrong
been here
choice.
longer.
You have already lost by picking the Mr. Fumbler himself. Mr. Fumbler, Mr. can't catch it through his legs. Can never catch a ball, but can apparently score a goal. Mr. Federici himself. But I respect Federici. I didn't like him as a goalkeeper, but I respect him. What position should I go for next? I'm thinking right back.
It's my turn to pick.
Oh, you going this time? Go on then. What are you going for?
I'll switch it up and we'll go left back.
This is a tough one.
I've got two names written down that I want. And the fact that you've already got 106 player in, I'm taking Nicky Shorey.
Balls. Oh, I'm struggling. I'm struggling with this because left backs have been.
We've had some very good left backs.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah. Okay, I'm stuck between two now. I'm stuck between two. Have a guess what two?
Talk us through it. Right. So I reckon you'll probably say Jordan Obita because I know you're an Obita fan. And the other one, Ian Hart.
Yeah.
Because Hart's the one that I had written down as backup to Shorey.
Oh, this is a very tough one because I love Obita. But his free kick and crossing ability was, I don't think I've ever seen it ever. And I'm thinking about my team as well, because I'm thinking about who strikers I could have that this person could either get the ball in. But Obita's crossing was epic as well. On his day, he could rival anyone. So the player I'm going for, do I go in my head or do I go in my heart? I don't know what to go for. I thought this game would be all right. I thought this game would be easy, but I'm really struggling with. And I'm only on the second position. Okay, I've decided. Obita.
Obita.
Yeah, I'm going for Jordan. I love the bloke. I think he's a quality person. I think I've spoken to Ian Hart as well on Twitter. I've had a chat with him, and absolutely lovely person as well. But for me, I think what swayed it is he's a Reading lad. And if you talk about Ian Hart, everyone's going to go talk about Leeds. They're not going to talk about his time at Reading. So Obita will always be talked about. That goal against
Fulham.
Yeah, but I'm more respected for that goal against was it Wigan? I think it was Millwall. It was against Wigan versus Millwall when he first come back from injury. I think it was his first game or one of his games. He come back. He scored an absolute rocket outside of, but exactly like he did against Fulham. But for me, that was more important because that was his first goal back.
Yeah.
So I get to choose the next one, don't I?
Yeah, you get to pick position.
All right, so the next position I'm going for is a centre-back.
I know who you're picking.
And the first centre-back I'm going to pick, and I'm going to...
I think I know who you're going to get.
I'm stuck between about 5.
Yeah, there's a lot.
We've had really good... We've not done that badly with centre-backs. We just don't ever get consistency from majority of them. So I'm stuck between Moore, Ingemarson, Sonko, Miazga. Oh my God, this is difficult. This is really hard. Okay, so I'm gonna make executive decision, and in my left centre back, I am going for Ivar Ingemarson.
Yeah. Okay. So that makes it a no-brainer for me. I'm going for Ibrahim Sonko.
Oh, you dick! Who did you choose left back? I'm right. You haven't written your sound.
Nicky Shorey.
Oh yeah, you're a dick. I wanted him. I met him as well. He's a lovely person. So All right, so you go for Sonko. Go on,
Yeah.
your next choice.
This is when it works in my favour now as well. Because if
It
I go
is.
for, should we keep going along the back four, or should I
Keep
mix
going.
it up and go somewhere?
Keep going. Do
Um,
whatever you want to do.
right, I'll go right centre back, and who else can I pick? See, I don't agree with you with what you said with Moore and Miazga.
I think
I wouldn't
because
put either of them in.
I think because of the time that Moore has been here, and his captaincy has been good, been very, very good player. The issue is because we haven't done very well the end of the season, and people want him to go. And I'm in very much both minds. If he stays, I'm happy. If he leaves, I'm happy. But I think you can't doubt his commitment to the club. Apart from that one bit where he wanted to leave, but I get why he wanted to leave because he wanted to play Premiership football. Get that, but we all want to do that. If you're a footballer, you all want to play at the top level. But I think Mayaska coming in and did what he did. Him brought a lift to the club and the confidence, I think, as well, knowing he was at the back with more. That's why I put them two. But go on then, who are you going for?
I've thought about it. There's a couple, but I'm going with Alex Pearce. And I know for a fact you're not going to agree with my team at all, but Alex Pearce. And going back to keeper as well, one that I completely forgot we ever had is Alex McCarthy.
No, I forgot. As soon as you started talking, I remembered that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex Pearce, what is wrong with you, my man? No.
Solid defender. Imagine him at the back with Sonko. Clean sheets for weeks.
Never. Alex Pearce was never that good. I won't go. I won't rip into your team too much just yet. Okay, so next centre back for me. All right, I thought of one who I thought was an absolute rocket and no one actually thought about. Kasper Gorks.
That's a great shout. I completely forgot about him as well. Otherwise, I'd have probably taken him over Pearce.
Oh, I'm quite happy I remembered that. My little intelligent little brains that I got in there. He's the head of the is it
Latvian Football Association now, isn't he?
God. So
he's part of the reason we signed Dennis Rackles when we did.
See the reason. This is why he's a god. Right back. I already know who
you have first pick.
I know who you're going for this.
I've got two written down. I've got a first choice and a backup.
So I've got three.
Talk to me about your three.
Graham Merty.
Yeah.
Has to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
Yidam.
Yeah.
I won't put Chris Gunter. No, I refuse. I refuse. I absolutely refuse. But I respect what he did for the club. And I'll put Chris Gunter on the bracket because I know that he's on your bracket as well because we spoke about one position before we come on live. And do I do it just to annoy you? No, I'm not. I'm not that. I am that horrible, but I don't want him. The player I'm going for. Oh, we've got Andy Griffin as well. Forgot about him. He was a quality. He just did his job and just got on with it. Yeah, he was a quality player. Okay, I have to go with this player because I absolutely loved him. I say I'm not going for the 106 team, but I've just realised I've got two players already. So have you actually? No, you have as well. So that's, we're both.
Sonko and Shaw.
Okay, so the player I'm going for is I wouldn't say he's my favourite. Oh fuck it, I'm going for my favourite, Merty. I'm going for the Murty. It was I was about to say Yidam. Because I think technically he's up there with Merty, but Merty for me all day long.
I'm going to show you because I think I got in your head a little bit. Because I didn't write Gunter down. My two choices, Graham Merty, Andy Griffin.
We both thought the same thing as well. That's pretty
for that reason, I'm going Andy Griffin.
You did get in my head as well, you little dick.
Rent-free.
It is. We'll probably do a bench. because I'm
Okay.
really enjoying this. So
Yeah.
we're going to do a bench. We're going to do one backup goalkeeper, one backup centre back, one backup wing back, right or left back. Don't matter which one. You get to choose 2 centre
Okay.
midfielders, 1 winger, 1 striker. Because there's
Right. So
strikers on the other hand. We've got quite a lot, and I'm
there's
struggling.
so many. I'm thinking about it already. I started writing down. I got about 5 written down already without even thinking.
I'm struggling with
Right, next one. My turn to pick position. I'm going to change it up a bit, and rather than going wingers first, I'm going to go for a centre midfielder first. So I've written 3 down so far. First one I'm going to take Gylfi Sigurdsson.
Oh, you sneaky bugger. Oh. Bastard. That's put me right off. So we've had quite a lot of good midfielders. We're talking about the 106 season. We got James Harper, Steve Sidwell. If we're talking about others, we have Mikael Ledgerwood, who I thought was an
I forgot about him, to be honest.
absolute tank, and now he's at the club doing the coaching or doing
Isn't he like loan manager or something?
Yeah, he's looking after the loan players or doing stuff with them. So, absolute legend. Joby McAnuff, near the end of his career, was playing as a centre mid, but I don't think you can really class him.
I wouldn't count him as a centre midfielder.
He wasn't a very
especially
good
when you'd have to put him ahead of the likes of what we have there already. I don't
you
think
you could put John Swift. You could put Ejaria.
Yep. Rinomhota. Definitely worth a shout.
My lord, we've been blessed with some good midfielders in our time, haven't we? If you can't really see my head on YouTube, it's because I'm sort of sat back, leaning down, really trying to think what to go with. Okay, right, I've chosen. So the player I'm going for is the guy that I think underrated hero for Reading. He did a job that no one else wanted to do. And the player I'm going for is Mikael Ledgerwood.
Good choice.
I can't spell him, so I'm doing my own version of Ledgerwood. That's fine.
I'm just doing initials.
Oh, yeah, all right. I've done sort of the names. So you've gone for Gylfi. I've gone for Mikael Ledgerwood.
Yeah. Now it's your turn to pick position. You can go anywhere.
All right. So I'm going to go with right midfielder. So we've had a few good ones.
Yep.
I think let's think about this before we do it. We've had Glenn Little. Bobby Convey was never right; he was left. If I remember,
because he was same season as.
Yeah.
Imagine that now. God, just be unbelievable.
Disgusting.
Talking about Convey, do you remember his goal against Millwall?
Yeah, when he ran from his own
5-0. Yeah.
Was it 5-0 or 6-0? I thought it was
5.
6.
No, it was definitely 5.
Oh, I probably wished a 6.
I've just thought of another one as well. So
Glenn Little, we've had McCleary. You can't really class him as good. Who am I missing?
What, from right midfield?
Joby McAnuff.
I've marked him as a left, though, to be honest.
He played majority on the right, though, didn't he?
I think he's versatile, though.
Oh. Stephen Hunt was left. All right. There's only one right winger that deserves to be in a team like this, and we've actually done well with wingers, and it has to be. I pulled out. That's what she said. Right in the last second. That's what she said. All right. I'm going Joby McAnuff, right wing.
I didn't expect that, to be honest.
No, it was between him and Little. Very, very close between him and Little. But I've had a couple of 106. We've had a couple of the other promotion as well. But I think if you're talking about leadership and if you're talking about a guy that put his heart on his sleeve for the club, He definitely was it. So I'm going with Joby.
Right, so I had 2 written down before.
Mm-hmm.
My 2 were Glenn Little and Jimmy Kebe.
No, I forgot. How did I forget about Kebe?
You even said his name.
Did I?
If you listen back, he was the first person you said.
Oh, no. Can I repick my pick?
See, I don't even know. Can I take Kebe over Little?
I'm so happy McCleary's not in the question.
I'm putting him on my left.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Actually, no, he could play up front, couldn't he?
No.
Do I go with Little or Kebe?
Up to you, man.
It's such a difficult conversation. Obviously, we don't want to go with all the 106, but how can you?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree
I've got to take Little. It's rude not to, and Kebe is definitely on one of our benches.
Yeah. Whoever gets there first.
So up next, what do we do?
You're next.
Let's go for the other centre midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we could go 106 season. Harper, Sidwell, players you've already said. One that I think slipped under the radar a bit, and I'm taking without question, Jem Karacan.
Oh, you.
You said I was losing.
Yeah, no, I think I'm still beating you. I think slightly. That's a very good shout. Very good shout. Okay, so
I feel a bit awkward now because I haven't put a 106 centre midfielder in.
Nor am
I. I did write down I had James Harper ahead of Sidwell.
I'm not picking a 106 because I've had a couple, and I've just sort of a player who I think would play excellently with Ledgerwood in midfield, who I feel like would balance my midfield out. Not only would have the same work ethic as Ledgerwood, but would be the same sort of player. We're losing a bit of creativity on this, but I don't care. Reno is going into my team.
Yeah. The way you were saying that then, I thought it was going to go for like Ho Pak Pan or something.
Temptation was there, though. Temptation was there. Right. So let's finish out the midfield, shall we?
Go left midfield?
Yeah, let's finish it out. So so before we go through it and stop hiding names, because I know that's what you've done, you little chicken bastard. Let's think about left midfielders that have played for the club before we pick them. So we've had quite a few. We've had Bobby Convey, obviously. Stephen Hunt.
Yeah.
Quality player he was.
John Oster.
He was something else. Mo Barrow.
Yeah.
Could put him in.
You could even argue, well, you've taken him now, but you could argue and say Obita started out as left mid, turned left back.
Well, actually, when he was in the academy, he was a centre mid, wasn't he? He was a centre mid when he was in the academy, then went to left back and left mid and did all that. Am I missing anyone? Who else have we had left wing? Quite a lot, I think.
I'm having to use Google.
I'm trying to think. I'm not trying to Google. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Because the people who stand out and I get will stay with me. Do I go right? So I'm in two minds here. Do I go for the safety choice of someone that's very well known to the left midfield, or do I go with someone that's sort of played there, that has a future for the club?
I just thought of I've just seen someone back for centre mid as well, and really got me thinking. But what about Brynjar Gunnarsson?
Oh, I love that man.
Hal Robson Carney.
Oh, left definitely mid? Not. No, definitely not. No, not at all. The man's only done one good thing in his life, and that was at Cruyff Town. He's done naff all since then. Spoiled little prick. He's another one I don't like at all. I hate him with a passion. All right, so I'm torn between Bobby Convey and Omar Richards. Because Omar Richards just seems to have... I know he's a left back. I know people say, he's left back. But he's also played left wing when the beaters come on. And he has a lot more pace. His crossing isn't... Something about Richards that I just really like. And I really rate him very much. I'm moving the camera down because I'm getting comfortable and you're not going to see my head. All right. Okay. I've written it down. I've written down the name. I've gone for him.
I think you've gone from you.
Hold on.
Richards.
Hold on, you broke up during that. Sorry.
From what you said just then, I think you've gone with Richards, the way you said it.
Yeah, no, I've gone for the second American in my team, which is Bobby Convey.
Second? Oh, who's the first?
Hanneman.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I could have had three if I put Maziga in.
That's what I was thinking. You've not got me asking at centre back. So I think thinking about it, there's only one other left midfielder that you could go for, and it has to be Stephen Hunt. I can't if you hadn't have taken him, it would have been McAnuff without a doubt. But because you've taken him, it's got to be Hunt.
I am the king. Yeah, I agree with that choice. I think there's only two. I think Richards will get there in the left winger. You give it a few years, I think he will get there. So your choice.
So we're going for our two strikers now. This is such a difficult choice as well. But just for the love for the man, Adam Le Fondre.
Oh, thank God you picked him.
Just so, now my other striker, I don't know how I'm going to narrow it down.
So let's talk
about... But now you have two in a row, so you can pick both strikers at once.
Right, let's talk about strikers. So we've had quite a lot of selection. We've had Dave Kitson, Leroy Lita, Kevin Doyle, Shane Long, Adam Le Fondre, Pavel Pogreniak,
Jason Roberts.
Then let's go a little bit more forward. We have had
Les Ferdinand.
That's way before the 106.
I think it was only the year before.
Yeah, John Duddy Bavarsson, if you like that sort of player. We could also look at Yaku Mite. You could also look at Lucas Jau, the Romanian beauty, George Puskas. This is so hard. Okay, so I'm thinking about a partnership. Okay, so my thinking about this is partnership. So my thinking about, with a 4-4-2, you need a big guy, a big fella, I think, with a little one. Like when Le Fondre had Pavel Pogreniak with him, he also had Jason Roberts with him as well. You look at Dave Kitson, always had someone like Kevin Doyle. Kevin Doyle,
or Lee Rolita,
but you can also class Kevin Doyle as not a big guy, but one of those target players because he used to hold the ball up so well and flick it on. So the big guy I'm going to go for. I'm tempted to be very controversial here, and I'm tempted to be very, very controversial. Do I go for controversial or do I go with sensible? Do you know what? It's me, so I'm going to go controversial. Okay, so the first player I'm picking... I've written it down. I can't go back now. I've written it down in pen, so I can't scrub it out. So the player that Puskas. Matt! Oh, I don't regret that. I think I might regret my second decision, though.
Okay.
Go on. You got you. So you've gone.
No,
For,
it's you. Two in a
is
row.
it me again?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we've got a big fella. I call a big fella. So now we need a little one. There's only. I got really. Did you see how confident I got in about to answer that as well? I got really confident, and then also the confidence just went from me. When I start thinking, I play with my beard. I've realised this, and I see it on when I do the videos when I interview people as well. I sit here and I do this. Anyway, okay. So I'm picking this player because of the pure love I have for this person. This person, I think, cemented my love for Reading. I love going to football, but I was always made to go and watch football. Not made, I wanted to go, but I didn't really. There was no really click there for me when I was watching football or watching Reading or anything at the time. I was Liverpool back in the day, until Reading took over my life. Actually, when I say Liverpool, it's Michael Owen. If you're listening, Michael Owen, I would love to have you on because you are my hero. And also, while we're talking about heroes, The Rock, if you're ever listening, please. I will probably have a meltdown and pass out. But if you ever want to come on, I'm happy. Also, tweet him. Everyone that watches this, tweet him to say, please come on the pod. Piss him off. All right, so the person I'm picking is for someone who I love. I've written the name down now. I've written it down. No going back. And we're going to go with after we've done this, we're going to do the pick the manager, and then we're going to go with the bench. And then at the end, we'll read it all out to everyone, and then you guys could choose. You put in the comments section Mark or Ryan. No, Mark or Loser, and see who the actual winner is, because we all know it's bloody me.
Imagine being beaten by someone called Loser. Well, no need to imagine.
Who did you choose as right back? Oh, yeah, because I didn't write it down.
Andy Griffin.
Yeah, I just realised that. So the player I've gone for... I'm so sorry to anyone that's watching this, but you're going to have to... I'm putting my head down below the camera so you guys can't see. But people that are listening, I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. But the person I'm playing, and I do very much feel sorry for the controversy I'm about to put, Kevin Doyle. Has to be the Doyle Master. I loved him.
I don't know why you're apologising for that.
No, I wanted to apologise to see if anyone's reaction would be to who I picked, but has to be Kevin Doyle. Absolutely loved him. He made me love Reading more than anyone.
When you started saying that, when you started talking then, I thought you was going to say Matthew Mansey.
Oh, man. I forgot about him.
Right, so now, see, you have to go for a 106 striker. You have to.
106 or, yeah, because you've already done the Fondra.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're going to have to.
And you've made it a bit easier by taking Doyle out, because...
You've also got Shane Long. I forgot about it. Shane Long as well.
So now I'm deciding between Long, Lita, Kitson.
That's a bit of an
Lita,
easy...
Kitson.
Yeah, but that's a bit
Long,
of an
Lita, Kitson.
easy choice, though, isn't it, really? If you're going for a 4-4-2, big man, Kitson. Or you go for over the top long balls, where you're going to have two very fast strikers that can sweat.
See, it should be an easy choice, but it's not.
It's
not. Really not.
It is the most difficult choice of your life.
Because I got to say, when I was 2005, 2006 season, I would have been 8 years old. Yeah, I would have been 8. And when I was that age, my favourite player was Leroy Lita.
I think mine was as well. Mine was when he was around as well. So, who are you going for then?
I'm going to have to go Lita. Yeah,
good choice.
I've written it down now.
Right, so we're going to go heads and tails again now to pick the manager. I already know who I'm going for.
I already know who I'm going for. Am I safe in saying whoever wins it is going to get Steve Coppell?
No.
No. Okay.
Do we right? So, all right. So, who's your manager?
Steve Coppell.
All right. So your manager is Stevie Coppell. Fair enough. My manager, on the other hand, is the most beautiful man of existence. He is the sexiest Reading manager that has ever lived. He will go down in history probably one of the worst win percentages, but his voice made me horny. So, and erect at the same time. So the man my team will be managed by is Jose Gomez.
I think by doing that, you have just lost a lot of people's votes.
Okay. I am so happy that I got him as well. When you said manager, and I went, oh yes, it's because he was the first name that popped to mind. I don't care if I lose now. Really don't care. I'm very happy with my choice. Gomez is the sexiest man that's ever lived. So, right, now we're going to go and do the bench. So, because do you want to do heads or tails to see who starts first?
Yeah, can do.
All right. You go. Heads or tails?
Heads again.
Fuck you.
Is it heads?
Yes.
I'm going to guess it's heads. Right, so we'll go keeper. How did you have it set up again?
So we're going to have goalkeeper as one sub. Then we're going to have one centre back. Then we're going to have one right back or a left back on the bench. We're going to have two.
Yeah,
right back or left back.
one full back.
Yeah. We have two centre mids.
A winger and a striker.
Yep. And a winger and one more striker.
Should we just do it in that order?
Yeah, we'll do it in the order. Yeah, we'll do it like that. That's absolutely fine. So you go first. Who's your backup goalkeeper going to be?
Right. So I said I was stuck between three, being Raphael, Emi, and Federici, and I went with Federici. But then I come back and said McCarthy. And that got me thinking.
Yeah. He's on my list of thinking of who's to pick as well.
The thing is, if Raphael had another 3 seasons being how he has been, without a doubt, he's in there. Probably even starting.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he carried on doing what he did this year.
But the fact he's only had one good season, like one season at Reading. And then, obviously, the same thing has to be said about Emi, because he was only here for 6 months. But the thing with Emi is he was part of a group of players that really brought the connection back to the club and the impact he had off the pitch. I think I'm going to have to go McCarthy. Based on my theory of only a year or 6 months. Or do I go Al Hamzi? No, McCarthy.
I hate you. I actually hate you. You've stolen my pick. All right, so I get what you're saying. I think he was definitely going to be one of mine. I would never have picked. Okay, so the player I'm going for is okay, I'm stuck between two. So I'm stuck between Raphael and Martinez. The thing that I'm going with Raphael Martinez is Martinez has gone on to win the FA Cup. And he absolutely, because he come on loan at Reading and got the game time he did at Reading, when he went back to Arsenal, he helped that team when Leno went out injured. So I class us as helping and getting the development of Martinez better. But at the same time, Raphael's whole season's got the most clean sheets since 2006. Since the 106 season, I think, as well. So I think I just answered it myself. Oh, I'll go with Raphael.
Rafael Cabral.
If I had a third choice, it'd be Martinez.
Right. Your next pick. So we're doing centre back or full back?
Centre back.
Centre back. Who are you picking?
Can't have Sonko because you picked him. You've also got Alex Pearce for some stupid reason. There's going to be players down below in the comments that are going to go, "You forgot about this one." Yeah, I know, because we planned it a bit, but we didn't go too depth because we just rather go off the brain.
Yeah. Apart from when I started Googling it.
Okay, so I'm stuck. Okay, so I'm stuck between Liam Moore, Michael Morrison, and Tom McIntyre. And I know that's a weird one, putting McIntyre in. But for me, a bench should always have a youngster that's young and hungry and ready to go as soon as he's called up. And McIntyre's done that. But then in my mind, I'm going, Liam Moore has done decent over a number of years, where McIntyre hasn't. And Morrison was an absolute beast this season in centre-back. I say an absolute beast. But we didn't have a very good season, but a beast for us anyway. So my pen's dying. I think it's died after I wrote Gomez. I think that's telling me something. Hopefully this pen works now. Yeah, it does. Okay, so I've written the name down. So the person I'm going for is Liam Moore.
Okay.
At the end of this as well, just add a little spice to it. We are going to have to pick a captain for the team.
Okay.
All right. And then a vice captain, just so it's like fantasy football.
Okay.
Right, so we'll do that. So who is your centre-back going to be?
See, I got a couple of what I think might be controversial.
Go on.
Zurab Kishnavili.
Oh.
Andre Bikey.
Oh. I remember that away game at Burnley where he got sent off and ripped his shirt off. I remember that game, and he had an absolute meltdown. I was at that game as well. It was friggin' hilarious. Anyway, carry on. Anyway, do you know how weird it was that Gomez was very close friends with Andre Bikey? Did you listen to the A.D. Williams interview?
No.
So when Gomez went on A.D. Williams' podcast to talk about Reading stuff, he went, "Oh yeah, I managed Andre Bikey before." And I spoke to him about Reading because I know he's played for the club, and he gave me a good word about joining Reading. I was like, how obscure is that?
Yeah.
Anyway, go on. Who are you going to choose? Oh, they're good pointers as well.
Bikey.
Yeah.
I know we've definitely missed out a load there, and people are going to be in the comments.
Yeah, I don't care what the people
say.
Yeah. Anyway. Right, so we're going to go for a wing back.
Don't even need to think, Ian Hart.
You bugger.
I don't think you need to think either. If I've taken one, I think it's a basic choice.
I do, because it's going to be Chris Gunter, and I don't want him. I don't want him.
It's not Chris Gunter. Who's the other right back that now plays for us?
Oh, yes, Yidam.
I thought it was quite a simple one.
That would have been right. Centre mid. So I've gone for two very much powerful. So I need a bit of creativity in there.
Yeah.
Can't have Gylfi because I've been taken already. All right. Okay. Swift.
John Swift.
Yeah. Done.
Right. So now I've got three in my mind. So I know I'm going to get at least two of them. Well, I've got two subs to pick, but whichever one, if you take one of them, it makes my choice easier.
Go on, then.
First one I'm going to take, I've said him already, Brynjar Gunnarsson. Now I have a second pick, don't I? I have two centre mids in a row. Who do I go for? The three that I was thinking, all the same era. Gunnarsson, Harper, Sidwell. I said before I'd take Harper over Sidwell, so I got to stick by it.
You would take Harper over Sidwell?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a... Okay. Let's talk about the 106 for a second. All those players that left never actually went on to anything. Sidwell went on to Chelsea.
Sit on the bench at Chelsea.
But there was no other players that sort of went on after they left, did they?
No, not really.
Just shows of what Koppel did, isn't it, really? Shows what Koppel did to get a team like that together. A bit like Ranieri at Leicester.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Yeah, I got it. Sidwell.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
right,
so
now a winger.
I get to choose a winger, don't I?
Yeah.
Kebe.
And then I'll have Kebe. Fuck's sake. Who did I have on the other side? They've all been picked.
Who did you choose for your centre mid on the bench? So you had James Harper and
Brynjar Gunnarsson.
Oh yeah.
Winger. Who do I take? Tell you what, I've written it down, so we're going with it. Mo Barrow. Right, and now, moving on to striker, I'm stuck between two because I really want to take Kitson. But something's just come into my head that we didn't even mention before. Noel Hunt.
Yeah, I already know my striker. If you don't take him.
Because you have to take Kitson, don't you? But then Noel Hunt is...
I'm really smug right now because I'm really nailed on the player I want.
I think you want Kitson.
I'm not saying. I ain't saying.
There's others as well, but you have to. The fact that I've got Lita, Doyle have already been picked. I'm taking Kitson.
That wasn't who I was going for, by the way. So the striker I am going for, Shane Long. I have to. Absolutely love the bloke. Loveliest person. What a player to come on for Puskas after Puskas has bagged in a hat-trick again, just to seal it up.
After 7 minutes.
Yeah, he just needs 7 minutes run out really, then he gets Wigan. Just shove him against Wigan after 7 minutes, it's fine. So, captain. Who will be your captain?
I don't really have too many leaders in my team, and I'm quite old-fashioned in the sense that I think a captain should be further back the pitch and see the game in front of him. So for that reason, I think my captain is going to be Pearce. Plus, he was captain when he was here, wasn't he?
You know, you said I would have lost because I picked Gomez. I think you've completely fucked up with Alex Pearce here. This fascination with Alex Pearce is something else, young man.
Good player.
So who's your
vice captain? No brainer, Jem.
Okay.
I know that goes against everything that I just said about.
Well, no, he's a midfielder and he controls it. So, my captain was Ivor Ingemarson.
Yep. How can you take Ingemarson as captain over Murty, who was the captain? He
was the captain, but Ingemarson had a different presence when he was on the pitch compared to when Murty was there. I think Murty was a brilliant captain and he will always be it. But for me, Ingemarson was just something else.
You've also got Muckenough, who was club captain.
He's my vice.
Yeah.
He's my vice captain. I think Murty, he will be third. I got a lot of leaders of this team. I've just realised. I got Hanneman as
you
well.
do.
That could be it as well. So
Gorks
yes,
could lead.
Gorks was vice captain to Joby, I think, as well. Ledgerwood was also
Actually, let's go through that quick. Hanneman could lead. Obita has captained the club. Ingemarson could lead.
He
Gorks
was captain at one point.
Yeah. Gorks could lead. Murty was captain. Muckenough was captain. Ledgerwood could lead. Rinomota is a leader. Convey is like one that I
Free
wouldn't
spirit.
really, yeah. Puskas, again, free spirit. And Doyle's free spirit. You've got a lot of leaders there.
I've very much got the same sort of work ethic, work for everyone. I think that's the sort of team. So, everyone.
Even on the bench, you've got Moore, who's captain. Andy Yeardom, who has been captain when he's not played. Swift, who's captain. Sidwell, who's captain.
Kebe, I think, was a captain once.
No idea.
I think he was once or twice, I think. Long, no, he never was. Yeah. You can see the sort of thinking behind my team, can't you?
Yeah.
Right, so let's run through it. I'm just going to run through Ryan's team first.
Right. I'll hold it up so anyone on YouTube can see.
So Ryan's team goes like this. In goal, he has Federici. At right back, he has Andy Griffin. One centre back with captain Alex Pearce. Alongside Sonko, and left back is Nicky Shorey. His right midfield will be Glenn Little. Centre midfielders are Gylfi Sigurdsson and vice captain Jev Karajan. And then he has a left midfielder who is Stephen Hunt. And up front, his two strikers are Liam Lafondra, Adam Lafondra, Adam Lafondra, and Leroy Lita. His manager at the bench goes like this: McCarthy, BK, Hart, Harper, Brynjar Gunnarsson, Mo Barrow, and Dave Kitson, and who will be managed by Stevie Koppel. My team goes like this. In goal, you've got Marcus Salmon, USA. No, right back, Graham Mercy, H-M-U-R-T-Y. I don't know why I'm doing chants with this, by the way. The two centre-backs are Kasper Gorks and captain Ivar Ingemarson. Left back is Jordan Obita. You've also got right midfielder, who is the vice-captain, who is Joby McAnuff. Two centre midfielders, which is Mikael Ledgerwood and Andy Rimatona. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, so fucking thing. Stop having such a really long-ass name, Rhino. And left midfielder is Bobby Convey. My name's Tim Deller. I can't say anything longer than 3 words. And then up front, we have George Puskas and Kevin Doyle. On the bench, we have Raphael, Moore, Yeardom, Swift, Sidwell, Kebe, and Long. We're managed by the Portuguese Butte. That is Jose Gomez.
What we're going to do, I'm going to put this up onto a team sheet, whatever. And when this pod goes live, we're going to put it on Twitter, the two teams together. Maybe a few hours after it goes live, so you have a chance to listen, understand the concept. And then you guys decide who wins. And then we can actually do a poll on Twitter, whereas we can't on YouTube.
I am going to win. I think they're both very good teams. I think looking at it, if I was being unbiased, which I'm trying to be, I think if I'm being unbiased, this has like a 2-1 written all over it to me. Just because I'm better than you. So yeah, this has been quite fun. So we are going to do, so in the future, we are going to be doing different games like this in the future. This was Ryan's game, so give him some love as well, because he found it and he wanted to do it, and it's a very good idea and it's a very good game. And it was very entertaining to try and do it as well, and it's a lot of fun. So
Thank you, Smith.
So well done, everyone else. So what's going to happen moving forward is Monday, Courtney is coming back again, which he announced on Twitter yesterday about Elise, or Ulysses, who is a target for a number of clubs. I knew before he posted that. After you left, Ryan, he told me that. He was going to tell you, but you left.
I had to go out for dinner.
Yeah, I rung you and told no. But anyway, so it's interesting to see what happens. But Courtney will be back Monday, recording with us for you guys for Tuesday, and over the weekend, keep your eyes out. We will be releasing the very first podcast for women's football. This will be coming to you guys either Saturday or Sunday. And what we will do is we're going to talk about the fixtures, but we're going to talk about the teams. And what we're going to do is we can't pick Reading because we're Reading and we want them to do well. But we're also going to pick a team that we think will win the league, and we will pick a team who we think will get relegated. By my knowledge,
we'll do that Sunday because then that gives us Friday. Look at the teams.
Yeah,
everything.
Saturday.
We'll record it Saturday.
We'll give it to you Sunday. And we're going to do a little bit of research that we can, but we're going to do research while we fly as well. We're not going to know everything straight away. We're not going to know the history. We know that. But we want to get an understanding. And I know that there's an Arsenal striker. I can't say her name correctly yet, but I need to Google it because I can't say normal names. Mandarina. I think her name is, and she is lethal. And I also saw today, I don't know whether you've seen this, just a little bit on women's football, that the Dutch FA have announced that women can participate in men's professional game. If women are good enough and they think that they can play in the men's game, the Dutch FA have said that they are allowed. I have to read that into more on that. I'm going to find it just while we talk now. But I found it today, and I found it very interesting. And I've never sort of seen any talks like this before. I know that there's talk at the moment with the successor to Phil Neville, because I know that a lot of people, he wasn't very good. And he's annoyed a lot of people as well by his comments, saying that this was just a stepping stone into getting where he wants to go. So he did
What's with the Neville brothers and being not very good managers?
I don't know. I just think it's Neville's in general, isn't it? So here we go. So there's a pilot scheme. So this new pilot scheme will allow amateur women to play in the senior men's team in the Netherlands have approved today, a couple of days ago. The key MVB have given permission for one woman, 19-year-old Ellie Verheugen, to join fourth tier VVV for the 2021 season. So there is an amateur woman playing in the fourth tier of men's football. And I think this is going to be a sort of a campaign moving forward, where if women are good enough, they'll be allowed to play, which I think is a good idea. But I saw this. Also in the statement, it says receives a request from association every year to allow a woman to play in the first team. So there must be requests. And also, I think as well, I don't think it's long until we see a woman take charge of a men's team, become a manager of a men's team. I am very, very impressed. I wouldn't say impressed because that sounds very derogative, but I rate very highly the Chelsea women's manager. I think she's absolutely brilliant. And the Reading women's manager, Kerry Chambers, I think her name is, she is brilliant. So we're going to go in a little bit more detail, a little bit more. I know Aston Villa have just got promoted to the Premier League in the Women's Super League, and Liverpool got relegated as well. Never thought those words would come out of my mouth, Liverpool relegated. But they've been relegated down. I know that Aluko, the woman, not the male footballer, she's taken over as director of football at Aston Villa. Yeah, which I feel very sorry for Villa for having her on there. Can't stand her. When she does punditry, she just talks rubbish. And they like on BT Sport, when they have women on, they make sense. They actually talk right and make sense. When she's on, she waffles. But I respect her opinion. I might want her on as a guest in the future. So so let's get excited. We're getting ideas. We're gonna come across idiots to start off with, and we will be. We are gonna go to games. Ryan will probably come with me. We're definitely going to. By the way, I'm going to show this to the screen. Ryan just texted me saying, "Round it off. I need the loo." But yeah, we are going to go to women's games. I want to go to them. And me and Ryan will probably go together to go and watch the Reading games. I want to go and see the Chelsea games and see everything as well. Experience it a bit different. So we are going to go to games as well. So yeah. So thank you ever guys so much for joining us. Thank you ever so much for coming. This has been a very fun episode. We will be doing this again. Probably next Friday. There will be another game that we do just so that we can relax. We may talk just between us a little bit about what's gone on during the week as well, like we've done. But yes, thank you ever so much, guys, for watching. Hope you have a lovely weekend. Please like, share, subscribe, do all the lovely good stuff that you normally do. And we will see you Tuesday. Oh, we will see you Sunday.
Tuesday.
Sunday.
Yes.
We will see you Sunday for the very first women's podcast. So excited. Right. Peace.